Welcome to Solvay site of Massa. Your safety is our priority, and this video will give you some useful safety information for your visit. When you arrive at the site, it is mandatory to go to the reception. You will receive a safety brochure with a resume of safety information. You will be registered, and then you will receive your personal ID badge. Please keep your personal ID badge with you for all the duration of your visit, and don't forget to give it back when you leave the site. Once done, it is mandatory to wait for the site contact people. Once arrived, you will be able to access our site. We remember that in case of a visit in production areas, it is mandatory to wear some PPEs, safety shoes, safety helmet, and it is mandatory to wear long sleeve shirt or dress and long trousers. It is also mandatory to bring with you safety goggle for chemical risk and earplug protector to be used where indicated by the specific labels. In case you do not have such PPEs with you, the site will provide them to you. We remember that it is also mandatory to use handrail when you climb down or up on the stairs, and it is forbidden to take videos or pictures without authorization, and it is also forbidden to smoke normal or electrical cigarette, except in the dedicated areas. In the site's area that covers around 275,000 square meters, we can see the office building where you are now, the site's canteen, the maintenance workshop, mechanical, electrical and instrumental, some areas dedicated to warehouses, the production plants, the cogeneration plant, the central quality laboratory. The remaining part are mainly roads and green areas. The major risks you can encounter during a visit in production areas are chemical risk, traffic risk, noise risk, and major accident risk, because the site fulfills all the requirements of the service law. The chemical risk is mainly linked with the presence of some chemical substances that can be dangerous, toxic, or corrosive, like some acid, sulfuric acid, chlorhydric acid, or citric acid, or some alkaline substances like sodium or barium hydroxide and sodium sulfide. Each process units online have a label in which there are the risk pictogram of the substances and the name of the substances. On the packaging of the finished product, you will see the risk pictogram, the name of the substances, and the risk phrases. For the noise risk, we remember that it is mandatory to use your earplug protector in the noisy areas, indicated by the specific label. For the traffic risk, pedestrian must walk only in blue light marked pathway and use pedestrian crosswalk. The driver instead must wear seatbelt and respect the speed limit of the site, that is, walking speed. And of course, it is forbidden to use mobile phone while driving. Driver must also pay attention to the other vehicle operating in the site, mainly forklifts or trucks. All the just shown information are contained in a standard operating procedure that, together with other 7, constitute the groups of the Solvay life-saving rules, a set of standard operating procedure to assess and reduce the risk for some specific working activities: the work at height, the work on powered systems, the work with the braking lines, the work in confined rooms, the work in ATEX zone, lifting or excavation work, and traffic. These Solvay life-saving rules procedures are part of the integrated management systems adopted by the site and certified according ISO 45001 for health and safety, ISO 40001 for environment, and ISO 9001 for quality. The site adopted also Seveso management system because the site fulfilled all the requirements of the Seveso law. In the site there are some Seveso substances like barium sulfide, sodium sulfide, sodium hydrogen sulfide, and other substances that can lead to some scenarios called ecotoxic accidents. The site adopted and issued its own safety risk analysis report, in which all the scenarios of accident have been deeply analyzed. The two major critical scenarios or top events are the release of H2S gas from the barium chloride plant, top event 5, or from the wastewater treatment plant, top event 8. The H2S gas at lower concentration has no particular effect except the typical smell of rotten eggs. But increasing the concentration, you can firstly lose your sense of smell, then you can feel some burning eyes or head itches, and at very higher concentration, the gas could lead to unconsciousness, respiratory paralysis, and death. To respond to such top event or any other emergency, the site developed its own internal emergency plan. In case of a discontinuous sound of the siren of the site, please stay where you are and follow the instruction transmitted throughout speakers or given you by your site contact people. In case of a continuous sound of the sirens, it means that the evacuation plan has been activated, and so it is necessary to evacuate the site. The meeting point of the evacuation is at the entrance of the site in the parking slot of the trucks. It is forbidden to run during the evacuation, and we remember to walk as much as possible externally from the building. In case of a gas release, the wind direction indication are supplied throughout the speakers, or you can look at the wind flag installed into two different points of the site. The video is over. Thank you for your attention and do not hesitate to make any question.